why no one is buying your coaching programs from your free social media marketing and your free social media profiles, and how to fix it. Look, one of the biggest problems coaches are having right now is they start focusing on organic traffic. For example, building out their LinkedIn profile, building out their Instagram following, Facebook following, free Facebook group following, stuff like that. In some cases, TikTok, what have you. And they start building out these followings and spend a lot of time creating amazing content, connecting with people, commenting on other people's stuff so they can get followers. It's a very common strategy for coaches. A lot of coaching certification programs teach this as a way to build yourself up as an expert. Then you create all kinds of content for these people and then have call to actions on various places at your bio and Instagram and so on and so forth. Book a call with me, or they create posts to book a call or to send lead magnets. And guess what happens? Hardly any book calls. And if they are getting book calls, the quality is absolutely terrible. I'm sure they're very nice people, but they're in no way possibly qualified to work with you in your coaching program. So what do? Well, you do more of what you've been doing. More content, more networking online, more connecting with people, more going into other groups, all that kind of stuff. And the problem is, this is not working, all right? And I've seen it happen on every traffic source possible. And I want to explain to you why it's not working, and then explain to you how to use free organic traffic and how to get it and how to fix this problem. Because the number one problem you're having probably is not enough qualified people, and you're not getting enough increase of people coming to follow you so that you can get all these people. All right, so the first reason that it's not working is artificial intelligence / reach. Now let's talk about this. Things have changed a lot over the last couple of years, but it isn't registering with a lot of people because they don't understand it. So here's what's happening. When you create a piece of content, let's just say Instagram, okay, and it could be LinkedIn, it's all the same. They're all using a variation of the AI, okay? So I create a post on Instagram and it goes out, and I'm talking about, I'm a life coach and I help people get, confidence and, overcome midlife crisis, stuff like that, okay? Guess what's going to happen? I'm going to get a few people to click on it, like it, that kind of thing. And then what it's going to do is Instagram's going to share it with people who maybe are like the people who it's being liked by. Do you see what's happening? They use this web network because here's what they're thinking. Okay, let's say I click on your stuff and they're like, okay, Jason clicked on that piece of content. Who are the people like Jason? Because if Jason likes it, okay, well then who in his network would also like it? Because you got to remember, these social media places make their money by getting you to come back all the time, okay? The more you come back on Instagram, that means the less time you're spending on TikTok and YouTube and LinkedIn, right? So there's this very fierce competition to keep you coming back, right? The more times you come back, the more times you see ads, the more money they make off you. But the content has to be absolutely relevant. So they are trying their best to show you and me organic content that they think we're going to connect with. Here's the problem. If I am unqualified and I am seeing your content on Instagram and I'm liking it, I'm commenting on it, all that kind of stuff, guess what's happening? Oh, they're going to show it to people like me. I'm, maybe on Social Security, I haven't held a job in 5 years, that kind of stuff. And they're showing it to all the people who look like me. And then those people register, they're like, oh yeah, I'm totally struggling with whatever, anxiety. Yeah, this is so relevant to me. And then guess what? Facebook or Instagram shows it to those people. You see what I'm saying? So it's like this web network. I know this for a fact. I had a business page on Facebook that literally went viral in the Philippines. I have like 40,000 followers from the Philippines on this business page. I don't even use it anymore. It's a waste of time. Okay, why? Because my content started going viral with American Filipinos from America, and then they were connected to Filipinos from the Philippines, and it sort of just transitioned until I'm looking at this and going, oh my gosh, everybody who's following me and engaging with my content is from the Philippines. which is awesome. Great people. I know where I'm from in Canada. It's a lot of people immigrate from the Philippines. But that's not my ideal client. Somebody who has a $300 a month salary, I can't help. So that's what's happening. Now, coupled by reach. So here, your reach means how many people are seeing your stuff. And I'm going to talk about that in the next thing, because problem number 2 that's happening right now. Before I get to problem number 2, I want you to do something real quick. Hit the subscribe button, right? Somewhere here on this video, hit subscribe. That way you're going to get my upcoming videos. Are always creating stuff. I've spent millions on Facebook ads, coached well over 1,000 people over the years. We know what's going on in the coaching space, and I share it all here for free for you. Second thing I need you to do is in the description, hit the button to book your free 15-minute Skool ad success call. Because you're in our Skool community, we want to give you a free call. It's 15 minutes. There's nothing to buy. Don't bring your credit card, anything like that. And we're just going to help you figure out how to get more clients, show you what's working right now, give you ideas and suggestions on market shifts and ideas you should be doing. Because look, you can't just sit around and watch videos all day and figure this out all by yourself. We've been doing this for a really long time. We know what's happening. We know what's going on. So we're going to be able to give you some strategies that hopefully will shift your mindset, maybe shift what you're doing, get you in the right direction. And then also what we're going to do is we're going to unlock some free extra bonus training in our Skool community that's normally reserved for paying coaching clients. That's also going to help you out. So click that link right now, open a new tab, and book your free 15-minute call. All right. Now, so number 2, here's the reach issue as well as, so number 2, your market is most likely not viral. Okay. Here's the problem. A lot of coaching niches are not popular niches, meaning nobody's sharing your stuff about the problems they're having. I work with a number of coaching clients who work with people who have addictions. If you're on Instagram or whatever and talking about how to overcome some addiction, well, somebody who's dealing with whatever addiction's not going to share that post on their profile and be like, this has totally helped me overcome this private addiction. And right, they don't want to see, Barb from HR where they work sees it, and their CEO, the company they work at, it's like, oh, good to know. Joe's struggling with whatever. All right, we got to pay attention to that. Write that down, right? You have no idea how that people are very private with problems, right? And one of the benefits they feel about social media is they can come on in secrecy. They can see things. They can watch things. They can respond to things. They're not sharing your stuff. And so if you're in a market where you're helping people come out of pain, it's very hard to get a viral component to that. Somebody who is horribly overweight, who knows it, who has no self-esteem, is not going to share your post about eating better. They're going to be like, oh, this totally helped me. I know I'm extremely overweight or whatever. It's just not how people work, right? People share stupid stuff. Like one of the things I follow on Facebook or Instagram is that Bruce the cow. It's this Holstein bull or steer or whatever, lives with some guy and his mom, and they cook together. It's super funny. It's got millions of subscribers. That's shared. People share that kind of stuff. They don't share your stuff. So you're already limited by the fact that your content is not going viral. So the first thing is that AI is showing your stuff to people who look like the people who are responding, which in a lot of cases, they're not qualified. You cannot control that. The second problem is your market is likely not a viral market if you're helping people get out of pain. And the other part of that is your reach is going down all the time. I have a free Facebook group that I don't use anymore. We had about 1,500 people in it, and I just stopped posting it. I was getting an average of seeing my people average post reach was 50 people. So that's what, 3-4% of people were seeing a post? Do you know how much content you got to create to get that many people or to get people to see your stuff? And so it's not working, all right? Because you're heeding the law of diminishing returns. You're not in a viral market unless you're doing stupid tricks, driving your car off cliffs and all this other stuff that people want to see and, crazy relationship stuff. I saw something on a news site where it was some guy caught his wife cheating on him and he confronted her in front of at a birthday party. That they had no followers on TikTok. The next day they got 1 million followers, okay? Like that's the stuff that goes viral, not your coaching stuff. And then you got the AI issue. So how do we fix all this so that you can get more clients? Well, the first thing you need to do is you've got to start with ads, period, because you've got to reverse this cycle. If you have an organic following, you can't just keep posting hoping eventually the quality is going to increase if you're not getting any quality out of it, right? It's like the Philippines example that I showed you. It's like, great, they love my stuff, but I can't help you. So I just abandoned the whole thing. This sounds great. I had that page has like 80,000 or 100,000 followers or whatever. I just don't use it anymore because the whole thing went sideways because of AI. Okay? Now, so what we got to do is we're going to start with a proper ads funnel. Now, stick with me, okay? It's super important. You're going to bring in qualified people, and they're going to come into your webinar funnel because it insinuates a commitment. Sign up for a webinar versus watch my free cheap video or my free download ebook that ChatGPT created for me in 15 seconds. Do you think those are getting qualified people? No. So we take them through a webinar funnel, get them to show up. And now we have qualified people. Some of those people are going to book calls, but the ones who don't come on your email list and on your text broadcasting list. Guess what we do with all those people? You got it. We get them into your social media content. We get those people who are qualified into following you on Instagram or following you on Facebook or following you on Twitter or LinkedIn or whatever it is. Probably not TikTok. TikTok's ages are super low and it's a tough thing. And you don't know what's going to happen. They still haven't been dealt with in terms of if they're going to stay or not. And so now those people come over to your organic stuff. And now you can build a relationship with them, build that content, and you can try and fix the fact that your stuff's going to garbage, bad quality people. But you've got to do this right because, again, I see this all the time. Daily, coaches are starting on organic and they think when they get enough momentum, they will move to ads. That is the absolute backwards, dumbest way that you can grow it. If you're taking your business seriously, and you're trying to actually build a coaching business that scales, that's successful, you start with paid ads first, okay? This is not 2008, all right? When it was super easy. There was no health coaches. There was no mindset coaches, all that kind of stuff. These markets are completely oversaturated. So you need to start with ads because you can test your messaging right away. You can start getting clients fast. You can get them in the funnel fast. And you can leverage all that to get those people onto your free social media followings, and it's automated. So now your free social media profile just allows you to focus on building a trust, building a relationship, and just getting them to book calls off that. But even if they don't, who cares? You still have them on the email follow-ups. You still have the remarketing ads that are targeting them and getting them to book calls. And you still have the text broadcasting, and you still hopefully got a bunch of people to book a call through that webinar funnel. So do you see how this works? All right, click the link, book your free call. We'll explain it. We'll map it out for you for your business to give you ideas and strategies on how that might look. And so many times people have said, hey, that 15-minute call was so valuable. It just changed how I look at my business, gave me so many new ideas. Again, there's nothing to buy. All right, just book the call. It's going to allow us to help you, show you what's going on. We know the pricing in your niche. We know what's working best. We know the ad costs. We know what's happening. Again, I've helped well over 1,000 people and worked with over 1,000 people. So we've seen a lot of markets over the years. Plus, we spend a ton of money on ads ourselves. So we see what's happening. All right. So if you're serious about scaling your coaching business and you want to get to that next level, take this advice I gave you and please implement it and book that call. All right. Hope this helps and book the call. Take care.